Might want to add myself to the stage at some point. That would be helpful. What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic and Odd Shopper coming to you with another edition of Lindy's. Live with Lindy's. There we are. I am just having an issue here right now. As I clicked on that button, it took me out of screen share, which is a little bit annoying. But you know what? No problem, because I'm just a technological genius. No, I'm not. Not at all. Like 0%. We're ready to rock here. Promo code second half. You guys can sign up for the Lindy and Friends Discord. Take advantage of that. That's good stuff. And we are ready to rock. How's everybody's day going? We're at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm ready to rock through some pick'em here, talk through 11 games. Had Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks out last night. I mean, obviously some things have changed. We've got Q tags that we're still waiting on. Tyler Hero got downgraded. That matters. Bobby Portis got downgraded. Should matter more than it does. Jonathan Kuminga Q tag remains to matter. And then we've got some guys on a back-to-back there in Golden State, D'Anthony Melton and Draymond Green specifically, that are both questionable with Al Horford coming back, not having played on the back-to-back. And Kristaps Porzingis, hey, the bubonic plague did not take him down after all, which is good. I mean, obviously it's a scary situation, whatever the hell is going on with him, but Golden State made their bed. They decided to go trade for him, and knowing that this is definitely something that's existed for him for a long, long time. But we're looking at Golden State here. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, I think he's out. Just throwing it out there. But questionable. Having both of them pop up there. We got Gary Payton probable, which is wild. Moses Moody already ruled out. Quentin Post questionable. Tons of Q tags, tons of things we're going to get to, but obviously Underdog is kind of where we mainly focus on. Got a bunch of cards already together, and I'm going to be kind of rotating through a number of these plays that I already find to be a little bit appealing. I ended up tailing a little bit of what we had going from I mean, there's just a number of different baseball things mixed amongst this. Polly Pocket, shit, both that I tailed today again, which is wild. Polly Pocket. Just absolutely smashing. But we're going to talk about the ins and outs of this and put some bigger cards together, because obviously now I have an idea of the slate, learning to do some of the mass multi-entry stuff that I want to do for Underdog, you know, get a couple down, 100 down in volume and figure out, hey, if these are going to be the best numbers and we know they're going to be flipping overnight, I think we have an opportunity to put more down on Underdog night before, but back testing it a little bit, just kind of putting lower volume in on that. And then on these, we're going to be firing up more and more and more. But Stochastic, this is the props tool that I share throughout the entire portion of this program. You can apply it to every single sports book available in your area, and that is going to be helpful. Pick'em as well. Obviously, Pick'em, because this is a Pick'em show. Byron Gardner showing up on Polymarket. Remember for Polymarket that they defaulted to 0 or 100 in the event that they get scratched or something happens. So always be vigilant if you're over on Polymarket doing stuff. Ty Jerome, I mean, Bet365, 3 of the top 5 plays. Not surprising. If you've got it, you know. Real ones know. It's good shit. But Underdog is where we feature it the most. And obviously yesterday could have been awesome. We got hooked so badly. Quentin Grimes, 14 points in the first half. Ends up getting just ballistically hooked. Only 3 points in the entire third quarter, played the entire third quarter, so I can't bitch too much. And then a little bit of the fourth, still couldn't get one more point for us. We get hooked on that, and that card like automatically hit. I also had the Brunson, hey, both PrizePicks cards hit. That was very useful. So that ended up being kind of what carried the day overall. Obviously could have been an awesome day if we had gotten a little bit more Underdog goodness to come across the line with us. But I'm going to put together this 50% boost. We also have an NHL boost to utilize. I'll utilize Stochastic for that. And then we've got the odd screen here at Odd Shopper, which is a great way of kind of doing some of your top-down betting. And now that we've got minus 115 for each one of these over on Underdog, so like short of a 54% expected win percentage, you hit 54% plus, you're now winning, whereas it had to be 55% plus. Doesn't sound like 1%'s a ton. Oh, 7 cents, Eric. 1.5% is what it is. It's a gigantic deal. It's a gigantic deal over any long-term sample size, as long as we're using the tools, identifying the best prices, utilizing it on Underdog, and then also being very understanding that correlation. I wish I had thrown the correlation thing out the window yesterday with Filipowski, Bright Sensabaugh. Worked out on PrizePicks. I had that Jalen Brunson thing waiting in the queue too, 27.5 points plus rebound. Guess what? That one hit. We only had $10 on it. So could have been the $50 card, and that would have made life a lot better, but covered it. Was a bloodbath yesterday. Pretty sure I lost every bet. No, you didn't. Not if you tailed me on stuff. You didn't lose everybody. That's for damn sure. Lindy helped me turn 542 into 831. Goated Filipowski and Bryce. That's what I like to see. Obviously, that worked out very, 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 very nicely. Yeah, intro graphics. We got stuff. The song slaps. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. We got all my favorite people here hanging out in one place. JMLK as well. Yeah, EMAC, Team Eric. Absolutely love to see it. California Voodoo, good to see you in here again. Sir Lindy, hi, Mr. Mark. I'm just kind of letting people roll in here. I try not to start building right away because I know that people come in and ask the same questions over and over. Now, having done this for about 2 weeks. Oh, Polly Pocket. Yeah, I tailed you in the shadows. Don't worry. Joe Ryan, under, automatic. Louise Heel, over, automatic. My girl, she knows things. I'm always just tailing in the shadows. Sometimes I don't even say it. I just kind of do it. It's just how I feel. It's whatever the moment takes me. Maybe I had like $10 total on it, but guess what? $10 that I wouldn't have had before, tied to a bunch of MLB ones. I took the two that I liked the most from your MLB analysis, and well, wish I'd put more on those because they were both plus money multipliers. Like it was like 1.03x on Louis Heel over, and Joe Ryan under was just free. My first time seeing you live, post a PrizePicks slap, and you cashed me. Thank you. You are so very welcome. And don't worry. You guys head over to Tails, where you can follow me. Tails, I'm Lindy on Tails. Hi, hello, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. But not a problem yesterday where you saw the Underdog one. Obviously, Bruce Brown could have cashed out all of those Bryce Sensabaugh tickets, all of those Kyle Filipowski ones, and we get hooked on that rebound too. 2 hooks that were probably worth about $500 on Underdog yesterday. So, yeah, it hurts. But I got a pretty good sense of the lay of the land for today's slate. Let's start with Memphis Philly here. VJ Edgecombe and Walter Clayton questionable. I brought it up yesterday, and obviously fuck Cam Spencer, but Ty Jerome, Jalen Wells, Cedric Howard, I expected these guys to be back. What I didn't expect was Scottie Pippen to be out as well. So we're right now at a 10-man rotation, 11-man rotation if you put in Rupert there, where he probably gets some minutes, but I think there's a chance Javon Small doesn't play today. Now, less so now that Scottie Pippen Jr. is out. If Scottie Pippen Jr. had played, I would have been positive Javon Small didn't play. But I have it pulled up here because obviously it was what I wanted to work through first. You look at Memphis and who played the most. Olivier Maxence Prosper, of course, he doesn't hit his rebounds for us. And the guy who played the most by 3 seconds, Javon Small. They've routinely done this here on some of these back-to-backs where it ends up being Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr. in the starting lineup. But now with Scottie Pippen out, maybe there's a rotation or two waiting in the wings for him. I don't think Cam Spencer is the guy who gets sent to the Shadow Realm, although he played terrible. If you watched that game yesterday, he checks in like the 9:30 mark, and I'm like, all right, 7 PRA, 7 minutes left. Not going to be the apocalypse. He turned the ball over twice in just horrific fashion against Brooklyn and just looked incapable of making a shot. He was incapable of making a shot yesterday. Had 1 shot, I think, in the first half. super tilting. But he ended up getting the start. We saw the Blue Starters jersey on Twitter. Shout out Team Money DFS, kind of linking me in on that. My buddy Thomas, who's always watching the shadows and helping me confirm stuff. Somebody that I bounce a lot of stuff off. My Iowa State boy. Much love to my bitches and my homies. But Walter Clayton questionable. If he ends up out, that definitely boosts Jalen Wells. Cedric Howard, kind of an interesting one for him too, but the main thing I wanted to point out was Jalen Wells' points, because right now, I think it looks like an advantageous under. Ever so slightly in the tool, sitting there minus 107 market-based, and right now I have the 50-50 blend. What that means is I'm leaning in half to the market, leaning in half to our projections. That allows for me to not get too far off base, play a lot of like plus 110, plus 115 shit that might potentially kill us long-term in Pick'em. Because really all we're trying to do, every single one of these squares, every single one, is the same price that when they say the minus 115 next to them. That's probably why they're the same price. But this could flip on a dime if you end up getting Walter Clayton out. Just because Jalen Wells can routinely play more of the minutes, you're getting very limited minutes out of Ty Jerome no matter what. In fact, I believe for us right now, Ty Jerome, send him in, Jerome. We're almost there, friends. He's looking like a really good under in a lot of ways. That rebounds plus assists, and this is 100% origination that I just leaned into. And then his points plus rebounds look like an advantageous over. Huh, interesting. But as I brought up before, I like blending into the model 50-50 right here on Pick'em for the time being, purely because it doesn't get us too off base. And those are going to make more sense as bets if, as we research them, there are things that we want to get down with our bad selves with. Lindy likes to win money. I don't know about all this demon nonsense. Yeah, no, we don't like the demons as much. It's all about the mass. So unless the demon mass, he ain't betting it. That's true. Or the time that a demon would make sense if we're going to go to like that direction or the multipliers, you know, on Underdog, whatever else. If you're trying to stack something up to react and be ahead of news, like yesterday, we could have brought Bryce Sensabaugh up to like 19.5 points. We could have brought Kyle Filipowski north of 10 rebounds. Like I would have been fine with either one of those. Like those are things that we talked about, but demon, I'll only play using free plays. That's the other thing. But we're here to find edges. Lindy doesn't have demons. Yeah, no demons. Haven't played a demon all year. I don't think I've posted a single demon. So let that be known. Haven't done a single demon this entire year because, well, I just don't think you're going to be profitable long-term doing them. Can you win today with them? You sure can. Can you find an edge maybe today? Yes, but considering they don't give you readily available what the price is, it's a lot of digging into and a lot of difficulties. But yeah, sometimes you might want to add a demon as like a booster. If you can bring the 2x up to like 4x for a 5 of 6 kind of situation. There are times I've tried to do the math for it. It just ends up being less hassle than what it's worth, especially when you're limited to $5 a card on such things. So the only demon Lindy has ever played is Igor. Yeah. The Ijor Damon, or even as a Yegor Yemen. I don't know. Nobody said there'd be no Spanish. Nowhere. And Bam is minus 238 for a double-to-double, which is obvious. But what about Hawkes Jr. at plus 524 on DK? We can talk about the double-doubles here as well. Lots of things that we can talk about on today's program. But rounding out Memphis, just to go through it, Jalen Wells, if you got Walter Clayton in, I doubt anything really reacts to that. And Jalen Wells would be an advantageous under. But you start putting those minutes north of the... So we've got it at 27, a little bit lower at Basketball Monster. But we've got ourselves lots more room and cushion here. Be worried about GG Jackson minutes. Be worried about Olivier Maxson's Prosper minutes. I did stare down the barrel of GG Jackson over 5.5 rebounds. I then kept living my life. And I think it's at like 6 now or some stupid shit. But Taylor Hendricks is back in our lives, which on a back-to-back, we know they're trying to limit these guys' minutes. And yeah, 5.5, somewhat advantageous at Hard Rock, but I ended up hitting a jack. Yeah, it's up to 6 now over at PrizePicks. It's 6.5 on Underdog. Yeah, it's going to be a no from me, dog. As for Philly, just Grimes, bro. Grimes, bro. Grimes, bro. Grimes, bro. This little stint, I was begging to the heavens that be. Thanks for that 2 minutes and 44 seconds of literal cardio. My dick went up when he got back in the game, and then it went back down. Down, down, down. Whoever said Brooklyn money line the other day, I clowned you. That was fire. You better have placed it. I think Polly Pocket did, plus 550. And yeah, I had the plus 13 and a half, I think is what we bet when we were live on this one. I felt pretty good about that. And yeah, when they won outright, Polly Pocket, once again, Polly Pocket, she knows more. The Nasty's hook on Grimes yesterday was awful. It was awful. The Grimes hook and the Bruce Brown hook, I said it cost almost $500 over on Underdog when it was all said and done. I didn't lose 500, thank God. Obviously, we won with the PrizePicks stuff that hit. We're going to hit ignore on that, and we're going to continue on our merry way here. The Philly side doesn't have as much working through it. These do order in terms of EV, so you can take a look at what the best plays in the game are, and it goes a little bit further down until there's anything close here with Dominic Barlow. I will say this, I think on PrizePicks, you could look at Grimes' fantasy score. We obviously, Stochastic, have the best fantasy tools that exist on planet Earth. And you go over to like the single lineup sim. Remember to go over to FanDuel if you're looking at that for our fantasy projections. And you can look at Grimes. Oh, it's down a little bit. So yeah, this is just kind of sitting there with the Edgecombe news. Now, considering he hasn't been ruled in yet, I'm a little bit worried about him. But not enough to just hit eject on it here yet. In campaign, maybe starting over Grimes. I mean, Grimes is somebody that they routinely like to bring off the bench, and that kind of is what it is. But on a back-to-back, there aren't really a lot of rules for how they're supposed to do things. What do you do when there are different fantasy projection differences across sites like UD and PrizePicks? Yeah, I almost said PowerPoint because when I see PP, that's still what my brain goes. Tell me you're a boomer finance major without telling me you're a boomer finance major. So we can take a look at fantasy score. It is listed in here somewhere. We have so many drop downs, so many markets to take advantage of here now. Let me find the fantasy score. We can do a little shopping. Alt lines. Nope, it's not popping up right now. That's okay. That's all right. The main thing is just making sure that why are you betting the fantasy score as opposed to another market? A lot of it for me is correlation to a specific game environment where I want 5 plays. There's also a piece of injury news potentially waiting in the wings. There's something undervalued to what the game environment could be. And, you know, the nuts is when you get to overtime and then you turn into like the Vince McMahon gif, you know, doing one of those. It's always good. What are we doing? Polly Parker doesn't make. Yeah. No. Fuck you, cuck bagel. All right. 2, the next game, because there's really nothing outside of Memphis. Jalen Wells under or over, all based on a Walter Clayton piece of news. This is wild because I think Detroit Brooklyn has some value, and there isn't a lot of it that I think anybody else is really picking up in the marketplace right now. I just fired 2 things off before this program, and I'm just a little surprised. Like, we got Day'Ron Sharpe out, Day'Ron Sharpe. And there's no question in my mind. Like, let's go to the rotations here for Brooklyn. From yesterday, Danny Wolf started. I don't think they're going to give Danny Wolf like some crazy amount of minutes by any means, but he got to 27 and he missed like a blowout stint here. And it's not like he played 31. It's not like he played 32 minutes. Like, there are lots of ways that he could walk into more minutes. And I'm more in line with this than I am looking over here right now. Let me get back into the props tool. By the way, Lindy 15, you guys can utilize this and use it on your own every single day like I am on this program. It's a great way of going through your research process and being able to get your money down on what you want ahead of time. And, well, then you can also share it on screen with the people. But I looked at this and I was like, wait, what? Danny Wolf can play minutes at the 4. I also think he's your backup center. Terrence Mann back. Baji. That's a point guard. Sharaf. Jalen Wilson, he did play center 1 game of his life, and I can always remember like when it's just a ridiculous super short guy that gets a start for no reason, because I usually bet the rebounds on the opposite side for the dude. But again, still price probability, but typically that's what ends up happening. I don't think Nicholas Claxton plays 28 minutes for what it's worth. And I think we're actually more in line with that one. Now, the big thing, obviously, Michael Porter Jr. back in our lives today, but we have a much better minutes projection on Nicholas Claxton. Have you watched Nicholas Claxton minutes lately? These are the things that it's nice to be tapped into the market on a day in, day out basis. None of those were on a back-to-back, mind you. None of those were on a back-to-back. 21 minutes yesterday, and he got a late rotation for what it's worth. Now, it could be said, hey, well, they want to limit his minutes on the back-to-back. No shit. Like, that's what I'm getting at. But then they'll also probably limit it. He got this random stint. They were up infinity points and beyond. And he got a really weird stint there for like a couple, because Day'Ron Sharpe dinged up not playing basketball here today. Made field goal, made three, made field goal. Oh my God, Day'Ron Sharp, Day'Ron Sharp. Just absurdness. So with Claxton being more limited, if we're going 25, I don't see how you project Danny Wolf for under 23. And that's where this happened. I was on this beforehand. And again, if you know ball, you know ball. If you don't, you don't. But the biggest, importantest thing you can do for a guy who has unbelievable rates, and for what it's worth, I want to just point out his rates as well, because I was looking at Toronto earlier too. Not surprising considering they're on the fucking screen, but here we are. Day'Ron Sharp. Take him off the floor. And anybody else that we need to be taking off for the sake of like going through the Zaire Williams is out today. Not that anybody cares, but cool. Let's just do that. I want you to see how good Danny Wolf's rates are in general. This dude, every minute is worth its weight in gold when it comes to Danny Wolf. It always has. It always will. He's kind of like our new, who's the Gonzaga guy who plays for the Lakers now? Drew Timme. He's just a phenomenal rebounder, phenomenal at getting stuff done, even though he's not necessarily good at basketball. But let's go to 20. Let's go to 23 on the dot. I know it's got the plus 103 for it, but this is where, if you've got something different going on in the market and you can justify it through explanation, you can justify it in terms of minutes. I like the 25 minutes for Claxton. I think 23 makes sense. Danny Wolf is backup big, but there's also minutes upside where he can play at the 4. And 19, I think, is a low number. I also don't want to deal too much with usage when it comes to Danny Wolf, purely because of what we've got with Michael Porter Jr. being back in our lives. So I hope that makes sense, kind of working through this, but look at his rebound rate. By far the biggest beneficiary. By far the biggest beneficiary with Sharp Williams off the floor. His rates are ginormous. He's got such a big rate. It's like one of those rapper guys' rates. 19.9% defensive rebound rate. Useful. 6.8%. Yeah. I mean, friends. 6.2% offensive rebound rate. We like it. We love it. We want his rebounds. So if you're playing along at home, welcome to our first play. Danny Wolf. I know it's plus money, so go ahead and bet that at plus money right now, but I think the whole point is that I'm trying to get you good pick'em exposure as well. And we can take a look just to double check and make sure PrizePicks doesn't have it at like 4. Because if they've got it at 4, that's a better place to play it than, worrying about 7 cents. Yeah. Nope. 4.5. So no matter what, that's going to be where it is. If you want to go to the entire portfolio, I know we've got it lower. Part of the reason that it's sitting there just at 8.5, 8.1. It's a low number on his points as well. I feel like I should give him a little bit of a boost there, but I'd much rather just isolate the rebounds with some of his rates, as you can see over here as well. Shooting, Danny Wolf versus usage. Let's just go to specific usage. Where am I at here? Where did I lose it? Where did my brain go? Where is my mind? Usage. All right, it's on this page. Danny Wolf, 19.7% actually goes down a little bit slightly with those guys off the floor. But the main thing is he's sharing a floor with Michael Porter Jr. for a lot of those minutes. So there you are. No Cam Thomas in our lives anymore. Obviously, that's going to be really, really good as well. Have you watched me before? I will. I like big puns and I cannot lie. That's what I do. What am I on tonight? Wells, points, and Giannis PRA. So you're hoping Walter Clayton ends about? Exactly. I don't know what to make of that news, so we're not going to be throwing it in there. Got to flip it as well, Polly. Oh, Polly will flip it. Just tailed, lofty slip, great slip. Good stuff. Good stuff. We continue on. Nothing else from this one, really? I don't think so. Detroit, Brooklyn. Be very conscious of what we're looking at with Marcus Sasser minutes. Now to maybe the most interesting spot of the entire slate, in my opinion. Washington, Miami. We get a downgrade on Tyler Hero. I don't know if you know this, but obviously Khalil Ware, he does a lot of things in terms of rates. Tyler Hero does a lot of things in terms of rates. But we get Davion Mitchell back. We get Simone Fontecchio in there, both of them clicking available. Keshad Johnson, who actually was in the rotation at times earlier in the season, but he's on assignment. He's available out of the G League. That, I think, is a telltale sign of what's to come. I think Tyler Hero's not going to play basketball today. And honestly, it's just a clue in from the injury report. Allow for new information to help you. I don't think there's a reason for them to bring Keshad Johnson unless they were legitimately worried Tyler Hero was going to miss this game. So even if it's like 60-40, I'm definitely weighting a lot of my props according to Tyler Hero potentially missing this basketball game. It's a late downgrade. We already have Khalil Ware out, and I'm on the under of the game. But obviously, when you're going to miss a piece like Tyler Hero against the Washington Wizards, it seems like a very obvious spot that they can still win a basketball game without him. Like, why force Tyler Hero to play through this? So I think we have a huge edge in this game. And I think it's mainly going to be around Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think we're going to find a little bit of something here where I think he's going to play a lot. Myron Gardner been mixing in. The minutes will come up a little bit, but they've been kind of using him as a spot starter. They like bringing Jaime Jaquez off the bench, making him that first rotation. Davion Mitchell, we'll see some rate bumps to him as well. But watch what we do. We go to the Miami Heat. And this rates tool is just fantastic from Josh over at Stochastic. Oh, Milwaukee. That's fucking not Miami. Here we go. Let's take Khalil Ware. We know he's out. We know Wiggins as well. Wiggins, Jovic. I just wanted to double check. Wiggins, Jovic. And I'm going to bring Hero along for the ride. Looks good. Looks grand. Or Norman Powell's out too. Duh. That's a very important one. I don't know if you know this, but we're about to bet a points prop. We're about to bet a points prop. And it's a pretty good one if you do say so myself. It's a pretty good one. Not Jaime Jaquez for what it's worth. Pelle Larsson, friends. I think Pelle Larsson is an interesting guy on today's slate. 13.5 points. That has gotten nuked to just the absolute gills. Pelle? Yeah, that's a pretty good bet right there. It's also not that bad for Pick'em. I know I'm kind of going against the multiplier, our hard and fast rule. I like it when they line up where it beats it from a market-based perspective and when you're getting that little Dutch. But we're getting like a 14.5 number over at BetMGM. And this number is going to vault way, way up there. It's going to be in like the 15.5 range. My main thinking here, I don't think they have a lot of dudes at the 3 that are going to be eating up time because Fontecchio, 18 minutes of him basically, Keshad Johnson, the fact that they even brought him up is just glaring to me. Just glaring. And you find some of these clues and Bam Adebayo, it's really hard to like find any meat on the bone, although the guy's rebound rates could just be absolutely out of control today. It's not even the rates. It's just, it goes up 0.7, I suppose, but 25.8% usage. He has commanded the usage. It definitely goes up 1.2%. His points definitely have gone up here per 36 as well. So we could be looking at a little Bam Adebayo in our lives, but Jaime Jaquez, it's strange to see these rates dropping to this level. I think that has more of a small sample size. Like, it's just kind of screaming at me. But Pelle Larsson, I'm very interested in him because I think he's really the only guy who can eat up a majority of that time. They are playing Washington. So, all of these rates I would be giving a little bit of a bump up to. I don't know if you guys knew this. But Washington sucks. Washington's terrible. Tyler Hero was taken down on Sleeper. Just another little key in. Gardner over 9.5 here. Fire remote, Metal Man. What did he do? Josh killed it with that rate tool. It's so good. It's so good. Jaime Jaquez double looks even better. Yeah. Did he just get ruled out, by the way? Did that just happen as I was talking about it? Why would Keshad is small, but a small before? No. What are we doing here? How is he a 4? What are we actually doing here? This is a shooting guard for all intents and purposes. I don't know why he's listed at power forward. That's definitely Fontecchio. That's definitely, our guy Jaquez, who is a lot bigger than you think he is. He's wide. Yeah, the Golden's going to be the backup center. I mean, this guy has to play minutes. It's just good luck dealing with props for him. You guys saw him play at Michigan? A little rough around the edges. Let's look at the entire portfolio here for our guy, Pelle Larsson. So I'm going to go tick, tick, and I'm going to go edit rate. I'm going to give him a little boost in the points per minute. I'm going to give him a little boost in rebounds. I'm going to give him a little boost in assist rate, a little boost in threes, and we're going to apply changes. Just one little tap, 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 taparoo. Where's my 21.5 PRA that I was looking at? Oh, yeah, daddy likey. Daddy likey a lot. 21.5 PRA, Pelle Larsson, play number 2. Got to use the promo. What promo? I'm not using a promo. Just let me live my life. I got 10 on it. Reuse. We'll keep that sitting there, and we'll make a 3-pick one here as well. But Pelle Larsson, feel pretty good about that. This usage has been non-existent for him. And Jaime Jaquez, rebounds got a little bit juiced up, and obviously I'm staying away from this considering I do think Tyler Hero being out, we're replacing a lot of opportunity. In fact, just pull it up and you've got it. Not the greatest rebound rate on planet Earth, but it's 19% assist rate, not nothing. And the usage, 90th percentile. That's the main thing. Looking for the entire portfolio. Eric, I need a 3-man for Colorado with the boost. I got you, Noah. I got you. Pin them in the comments. What? Pin what in the comments? Thanks for making an hour of my day relaxing. Really appreciate these shows. I appreciate you. It's been like an hour and a half shows recently because I am a psychopath. But Danny Wolf, Pelle Larsson, 2 guys that I'm pretty happy sniping at their current prices, knowing that Danny Wolf, I think, is underprojected by the market. And I think Pelle Larsson, 21.5. Again, Wolf can play the 4 too. There's no rule that he can't come out and play some of the 4. I think today more likely to play a lot of the 5, but that's why we're focusing mainly just on his rebounds. Pelle Larsson, 21.5. The Shad Johnson thing just kind of has me in fits. Plus, they're 16-point favorites against Washington. Why risk it? Also, fuck Washington. Dallas, Atlanta. How many times can we deal with the Jonathan Kuminga thing? We've been trying to do everything we can to take advantage of these spots. And we really did on this show in that very first game when he popped up questionable before Milwaukee. I think you guys all remember that one. And we stacked it up. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker ended up being the only piece that failed. Got paid 5 of 6, but also, nah, bro. I was so tilting. Look how, these have been very condensed rotations overall. Now, I don't know why they listed Moget and Risache all the way down here. Like, what the hell? Why do we sandwich it that way? Whatever. Corey Kispert had like a couple of Inferno games. Jock Landale playing the backup 5. But if you are in the premium Discord last night, there were 3 points props that I think all stood out to me. And it's weird that they were just points props, but I mean, obviously that's what I started with. And I was like, all right, it is 1 a.m. I should go to bed. But also that's okay. Onyeka Okongwu, Jabari Smith, Jason Tatum. I think all of those got bumped. I mean, obviously I was on PrizePicks for that. So that's at 14.5 now. So that got bumped by a point. And Okongwu, 14.5 minus 0.88x. We can't really do anything with either of those. So that's a huge bummer. But Jonathan Kuminga being in would be a fascinating one because it's a left knee bone bruise. It's just bruising. It's probably just a question of like Can I deal with it? They're 10-point favorites. It's probably not going to change a lot based on Jonathan Kuminga. Why can't I talk? Interesting. But it's definitely enough that can move some of these guys in a different direction. Now, Okongwu, we had him in for north of that number already here, but I think unders might be the interesting play here, specifically like an under for rebounds for Zachary Risache. I don't hate the idea of Jonathan Kuminga being in and Risache. He already got benched. He's still going to play a little bit, but like he's playing a Vit Krejci type role for Atlanta, where it's like, the 18 minutes, 20 minutes. Like, I don't see Risache really killing you in terms of rebounds at 3.5 if you get Kuminga in. Now, if Kuminga ends up out, those minutes almost directly go to Risache, just backup minutes. Maybe you give a tick up to somebody else here. And once again, this is not even a competitive game. 34, 34, 31, 32, 29. I mean, just huge minutes allotments for each one of these guys. And as far as the usage goes, we were on Okongwu points for that one as an individual play. He hit that almost immediately in that first half. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I feel like, pretty good memory on these things. Nickeil Alexander-Walker ends up being the one doo-doo bird. I know he has 23 points, but guess what? Fantasy score, I think he added like 0 peripherals, like legitimately 0. So that was hurtful. That was very hurtful. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't hate the idea. I'll kind of put a placeholder in just because we'll compare everything as we're going down the line and see what we want to be adding, what we don't. But I do think that it's kind of a off the board type play. Zachary Risache lower on 3.5 rebounds makes some sense. That was kind of the one that stood out to me the most. Rebounds probably looking like an under now at this point, but ever so slightly. Not a ton of value here. Shouldn't surprise you when you have this consolidated of minutes. Oh, here you go. Here's our best one. Jalen Johnson, 10.5 rebounds. That's a big number on Jalen Johnson. That might be even better. That might be the better path. I know Kuminga being out would definitely suck for it, but like, we're talking minus 108 true odds, okay. Minus 130s pretty much across the board. Bet 365, damn good fine. I'll suck it to you one more time. Get low like an 18 will. Pinnacle's at 9.5. Guys, let's take a look at the alt line here and just see where Penny's at on 10.5. I want to know. We're never going to know. They hate us. 9.5. The over's way juiced there. 11.5. Yeah, we like this. We like this under. We like Jalen Johnson a little bit more. You know what, though? I'm going to put 5 on that. Doom, just because I do like it a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. And this is a good way to kind of spread out your exposure, too, where it's not, yesterday we had the 50% boost. I still have a 50% boost. We're going to utilize the 50% boost. Don't you worry your sweet bippy. But this is a nice way to kind of split some exposure. We still put $10 technically on the Danny Wolf Pell Larson one amongst these two cards, but now we've split $5 on Jalen Johnson, $5 on Krejci. I think both are positive EV, both make a lot of sense. So instead of playing them both together, let's take 2 positive EV shots where we know over a long-term sample size, we just want more positive EV bets. We just want more. You want more. 100 times more, 150 times more, 500 times sounds about right. Once again, those are Senate jokes. Don't bet against the triple-double Jalen Johnson ability. Yeah, he can have a triple-double. 10 fucking rebounds. Hami Haka, 6.5 rebounds, plus 105 at bet 365. Damn good fight. I'll tell you. I'll sock it to you one more time. I'm literally on the screen. Shouldn't be that hard. Why didn't I just type in Jaime? Like, what am I doing? Plus 125 at BetMGM. So don't play it there. Don't play it there. Don't play it there. We continue our boarding walk with a fucking just insane basketball game. Phoenix and Milwaukee. Now, Osi Iguodala, he's goated for the over 2.5 assists. He also Didn't want to cash out PrizePicks the other day. So that was a little bit hurtful. I think this Grayson Allen Q tag is really, really annoying. And we already got confirmed Jordan Goodwin in. I had talked about Jalen Green under 2.5 assists. And that was last night doing my own projections. Kind of nice when you get up here early in the morning and it's showing up as like the best bet out of the game already. But plus 108. If I play that, it's going to be a bet. It will not be a pick and play. It will not be a pick and play. But 22.5 points plus assists starting to get in the realm for me. Again, I would rather just make this a straight out bet. Whereas this minus 113 true odds. So it's starting to get closer to that vein of what we're looking at. Because again, we need to beat minus 115 long term. So you're really needing everything to be minus 116 or better. And, you know, whether or not you get there from a top down, bottom up approach, the bottom up approach is going to traditionally have more pronounced lines because you're projecting something that might just be way off market. Watch this. 23.3% EV leaning into 100% of our goodness. So it's kind of like a checks and balances system for me when we start weighting at 50-50. And as we get closer to the slate, I will go like 65-35 to make sure that I am not way off base on something. Because if it's been sitting out there for so long, there's a lot of people like me, like you, like a lot of people who are looking for bets all the live long day. And you got to think that somebody would mine out an edge at some point. So unless you're just reacting to news and able to like snap click on a line, I will say I will lean heavier into the market as we get closer to tip as a result. I do like leaning more into the stochastic projections early in the day, trying to, you know, really capitalize on it. But even going 65-35, we're just seeing a more accentuated EV here on that under 2.5 assists. I love when we're in alignment on stuff like that because it definitely stood out to me last night as well. But Ryan Rollins, he's our main event from this game, and he is on the PrizePicks side. He is our first PrizePicks ad that we've ran into. I knew we were going to add Ryan Rollins in this department, but 5.7 kind of our projection on him here. I don't hate the idea on Underdog either, where it's true odds minus 104, minus 106. You're getting a little bit of a positive multiplier. But what you're doing is you're incurring a little extra risk. Getting a push on 5 is a gigantic freaking deal. So let's build out this Cooper flag taco because I haven't done it yet. I'm a bastard. He's a bastard. And we're going to add 5 assists to that from Ryan Rollins. Really like this. I mean, obviously no Giannis, but no Kevin Porter Jr. is really the big thing here. And once again, let's go to my handy dandy notebook. Eric, did you guys nuke the player compare tool this week? It's been gone for a long time. Player compare tool has not been there for a long time. Suck it to us one more time. Get it low. Looking at 10 or would you play it at plus 125 on BetMGM? The question was, do you like him for 7+ rebounds? No, I do not. I'd just wait on the Tyler Hero news. That one's not going to move enough to potentially matter. And the tacos are free on my tails. Woo! Let's just give him some free press. We love giving J Metal K that free press. I think you got that free press in Texas. Am I right? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Where'd J Metal K go? J Metal K. There we go. It's like, what the fuck? Ooh, I'm a hot case, he says. Pavel Zaka, come-vous, da-da-da-da-da, what was the card for? 0.5 points. Points. We are asking for points. And then we go to Jackson LeCobb. Jackson LeCobb to assist a human being in the world today. I hate the world today. You're so good to me, I know, but I can't change. And this was shots on goal. So when I thought to make you nervous, and I'm going to extreme, we got to do 20 on that then. We got the boosty boost. We got the boosty boost. Shout out J Metal K. So we got 20 on in the NBA streets. We've got 20 on in the NHL streets. That is tails. Friends, on this show, we are sharing tails. We are sharing completely free. Go check out everybody on Chaels. See all their free stuff. I'm giving the VIP card because I guess I'm a disaster. That was 19 minutes ago, though. I think the VIP got it ahead of time. If they didn't, I swear to God, I'm going to flip out. You should be getting J Metal K on a day in, day out basis. This man is worth its weight in silver. I'm going to go with silver because he's the Forge Master. That's like with a hammer. And look at this. It's a big grizzly beard. We love that. We love to see it. That's how I like my men. We got ourselves so many other opportunities here on the board. But Pavel Zacha, Lacob, Olofsson, just firing it up there. We also have Stochastic. We can get some NHL in quick. Who wants to jump in the NHL streets with me quick? Was that Meredith Brooks? Sure was. I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I hadn't heard that reference in a cold minute. You're very welcome. I'm your health. I'm your dreams. I'm nothing in between. You know I wouldn't want it any other way. What's everybody's favorite 90s song? Should we have a little sing-along action over top of this lovely AI music? It's going to be better than this AI music. I can't imagine it's going to sound pretty. I'm a good piano player. I'm a good guitar player. I am not a great singer by any means. I posted in here too, one VIP play in here to tempt the people to watch. Ooh, Gucci. Makes me so happy. We got 117 people watching live on YouTube, just 36 likes. Do me a favor, hit that like button because I am putting in that GD work for you. And if you want to do the work on your own and just avoid my annoying voice, which I get, I trust me, I do understand. Simply head to stochastic.com right here. Head to the props tool. We've got tons of stuff, and you can take advantage of anything at stochastic.com/props using promo code Lindy15. Same thing exists on the Odd Shopper side, but I think you probably already know that if you're on the Odd Shopper YouTube channel and you've watched me, like a day or two in the world. So there is that. World around the world, around the world, around the world. Was there a Kevin Durant taco? Did I miss that? Or is that just there as well? Can't tell that one. Need Hellebuck to be a brick wall today. LOL. Depends. Is King of the Court today? I believe it is. Double check. I think it is. I'm probably going to play Maxime Reynaud. So we haven't got there yet. Your boy is starting to figure it out. Eric the feminist. I am very much a feminist. I'm very proud to be. Women are better than guys. We are just ridiculous human beings. Yeah, 133 viewers. We've got 140 people watching live. You can definitely smash that like button. Yeah, Luca. Oh, Luca. It is Luca. Yeah, no kidding, Eugene. Eugene, we know Luca's the most probable guy to do it, but you want to get off the board? You want to get freaky naughty today on a Tuesday? Maxime Reynaud with me. I also think Precious Achua is kind of live for it. Have you seen the minutes of these morons lately? Have you seen the minutes of the Sacramento Kings front court? This is just getting so gosh darn ridiculous. Tweeted it out earlier. I mean, this Pelicans thing still pisses me off so much. He was smashing. All we had done is make money on Maxime Reynaud for like 2 weeks. That came to a halt against New Orleans. That was hurtful. And Precious Achua. Sorry, I had to sneeze. What in the bloody fuck is going on? I'm beating the hell out of myself. Is he training for a marathon? And Sacramento's, you know what? We support you in that. He's going to go to Cabo and run in a marathon during the off season. I don't understand. I don't get these minutes. You know what? Let's just go to that game because Sacramento Indy does have some interesting value. And I think we're not done with Phoenix Milwaukee. We got to finish this up. Grayson Allen, obviously that is going to move the usage barometer. We have Dylan Brooks out as well. We have Mark Williams out as well. Those are 3 starters. Traditional starters. I know Grayson Allen, you could say, oh, they like him coming off the bench. He's in closing units all the time. He is, for all intents and purposes, one of their 5 most important players. perfect complement alongside a Devin Booker. So we got three guys. Dylan Brooks, Mark Williams, and Grayson Allen. If Grayson Allen ends up out for this one, just waiting. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, and stop. Durant Taco on PrizePicks. Let me get that quickly thrown up then. Come on, little thing. I can always tell. I can always tell what to do. All right, so Ryan Rollins, we like the 5 a lot. Ty Jerome is at 5 assists over here. Holy God. Is it really as easy as that? I hate that Scottie Pippen isn't out there, though. I really hate that Scottie Pippen isn't there. Do I really want to do that? These are the questions we have in our lives, friends. We only get to ask them once. Obviously, yesterday, 8 assists was a gigantic number on James Harden. I think he finished with 5 for us in that cashed card. And then we cashed it alongside the Skeens freebie. Paul Skeens can confirm good at the baseballs. Kevin Durant rebounds at 5.5. That's a gigantic number. But if they miss a true big in Jakob Poeltl here, he's questionable with that illness. You're maybe getting the Scotty Barnes at the 5 situation. I mean, everybody has pretty good rebounding profile here, including Tari Eason. But with the Eason minutes going down, that's why we're seeing Kevin Durant get some of these spiked upside rebound games lately. So, yeah, that might end up being kind of a stay away here at this moment as well. But I really like the Ryan Rollins more than 5 assists. More. And Josh Giddey, 8.5 assists is a gigantic number. Now sitting at minus 164 over on Underdog. So more advantageous for us to fire up there. 9.5. There's a 10.5 on Jalen Smith. Nobody's projecting him to start, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Yeah, still Yabusele. Patrick Williams still waiting on that one here as well. So that's nifty and stuff. Cheers, Walker. We're going to talk about you. You're going to be a problem, I think, for me. You're going to be a problem. But I'm going to go right now. I do like the rebounds play more for Underdogs. So, yeah, if you're not going to go to the Atlanta piece, I mean, you could go to PrizePicks for that, I suppose, but probably not. Tatum rebounds, man. It's a big number on Tatum rebounds. It's a lot of people who want Tatum rebounds. I'd be looking at that. I do agree with that. We're kind of in alignment on that too. Yeah. This is scary with Jakob Poeltl for what it's worth. I do think Sandro Mamukashvili probably steps into the starting unit. It's just such a tall Houston basketball team. Such a tall human being group. And we got Trace Jackson Davis and Colin Murray Boyles out. Kind of bad luck. You go out and pick up a terrible backup center. And then Colin Murray Boyles, who's been a really nice rookie. And now you're like stuck with Jakob Poeltl here. You went from having like 4 bigs to no bigs. It's a tough break. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it works out for them against, I don't know, a 6'7" point guard, a 6'11" shooting guard, a 6'7" rebounding god, he's got to be like 6'10", Jabari Smith. They're just such a tall starting unit. Good luck. You just hold the ball over your head like this. There's that. Oh, this was kind of interesting as well. 13.5 PRA for Robert Williams. That is a gigantic number for a guy I don't expect to play all that much, barring, I don't know, Donovan Clayton clubbing people in the head and getting ejected. That's a thing. Real thing. So Robert Williams. Hate that by any means. Add that into Taco. And I got to find this Durant thing too. I'll post all of these once we get ourselves off of this program, of course. Let's get the taco slip on. All right, fine. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Ready for some baseball player? Oh, you don't even know. Daddy has been working on baseball all the live long day, like all day, every day baseball. You probably noticed I've had some stuff out later. I mean, partially because the NBA hates me. 11 games today. Like, are you joking me? And I'm incapable of recording until I'm prepared. Like, I'm just incapable of recording until, like, I'm never going to ever phone in a play ever in my entire life. Ever. What was the Underdog boost play? Joining late. We haven't put it together entirely yet, but we did fire up a couple of cards here for the people, so let that be known. We got this Olafson Zaka Lacam madness from J Metal K. Check him out over on Tails. Please give him a follow. J Metal K, Olafson, Pavel Zaka, Jackson Lacab. We got ourselves a couple of these ones. Wolf Larson, we ended up firing up for 10 right off the get-go here. And then we combined those and rotated those around two different plays, two unders. That'd be Jalen Johnson rebounds, 10.5, and Reese Sachet rebounds, 3.5. So we took the unders on each of those. So, you know, $20 in exposure there to rotate around for a bunch of goodness, and then $20 on the NHL play. We had the boost for that one. And obviously, you've probably noticed I go heavier on the boost. I go lighter on the other plays because, duh. Give me the boost. I want to get paid the max on my boost. Now, doesn't mean I have to use the full 50, but just relative to your bankroll, relative to how you're putting it all together, I like getting multiple cards together of positive EV plays because, you know, give me 100 positive EV plays rather than my 3 favorites, because even your 3 favorites are going to lose a majority of the time. But 100 plays, if you can find 100 positive EV plays on a day, your chances of success long-term just go way up. Your chances of hitting all of it on that one day go up too, because, you know, if you put more bankroll on it and you're just weeding to the top 10, 15% EV plays minimum, good way to go about it, but you might get limited quicker. McConnell is out too. Love the midstream recap. You're very welcome, California Voodoo. So in a perfect world, here's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to put above me topics, below me books. So pick'em cards, sports books, whatever have you. And then we're going to rotate in on the segments, and I'm going to go down the line, and then we'll do recaps. We'll be able to have some stuff situated here, but this is a lot of research. I mean, I've got the NBA Live Before Lock with Chris Baggs coming up. I'm sitting in this chair all day anyway. I'm going to be here until probably 11 p.m. my time. So yeah, 2 a.m. Eastern time. That's usually about when I check out at, but I get to hang out with y'all. I get to talk basketball all day. My life is not that hard. It's a beautiful time to be alive. So I do appreciate that. Do I prefer Precious or Maxime PRA? What a great question. What a fantastic segue into that game. Indy and Sacramento. This game has value all over the place. First off, 7.5 rebounds for Jay Huff. Rebounds plus assists. Remember when we jammed his under 1.5 assists? He had an assist in the first 3 minutes of the game and then played 25 more minutes without getting an assist. That was good times. Shout out the Clippers. You're real ones for that. That was a sweaty ball sack that I had on that one. But Maxime Reynaud. Let's go to 34 for my guy, Maxime. No matter what, this assist play is going in. Also, night before, I'm probably going to find some bigger edges. So I have been saving the boost, like the 50% boost for like night before, or, you know, I get off this program and I get a chance to like actually run some stuff and not just, you know, research it to fucking shit. And here we are. Let's put them up to 33 or 34. Let's go. Yeah. 34 for both of them, which is like, I guess normal. What are we doing? Assists looking like the play for both of them. That's a little bit strange to me, but you know what? Such is life. Such is life. Comes at you fast. But why do I like Maxime Reynaud for King of the Court? One, nobody's going to have him. Nobody is going to have him. So when you get paid big on it. The other part is the right tail of minutes. Precious, same thing. Like, both of these guys could legitimately turn into this. Now, I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's enough that I want to take his points plus rebounds. This don't look at this and think that this is the way that it is because he's going to play 39 minutes. But like, you look at both of these guys and what it does to their specific rates. And if they outperform and go like a fantasy and a half point per minute on 40 minutes, you can take down Luka with that. Luka is obviously the mega chalk for a reason. He should be, especially if LeBron's out. The other part of it too is I like to not use some of the early guys just so I can see kind of what I'm needing to target later. And because LeBron's questionable, I would wait to use it until closer to tip. Like, let's say Cade Cunningham goes for 70. Yeah, I'm probably going to play Luka. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of game theory. If you play NBA DFS, you probably know what I'm talking about. Late swapping, trying to figure stuff out. Like, late news is always advantageous because the players are lower owned. In this event, I'm going to get early information on how guys did, and I'm going to be able to take my shot accordingly. So I'm going to wait until later, but Maxime Reynaud is definitely going to be the guy that I'm looking at and highlighting just because of what I think that payout could be in the event that he gets 39, 38 minutes, which is just so insane that this is on the table for Sacramento right now. But his 1.5 assists looks sexy. His points at 15.5 on PrizePicks looks damn good to me. In fact, I think we're actually going to add that. And don't worry, we always post these after. We always get them up for you. No Diddy. All right, got that in. Cooper Flag, 14.5 points. Rollins over 5.5. Oh, 5 assists. Now it's at 5.5. Shit. Fuck shit. You bastards. We don't want 5.5. We do not want 5.5. Refund. All right. Son of a biscuit, man. Now I need another play. And I like the assist for Underdog. We're going to go there, but we're saving a point going to 15.5 points over on Sacramento there. I've usually checked out by the time they roll out number 3. Yeah, they've had some bad tacos, but also some advantageous middles. How many tacos Power Pick doing that? Yeah, PrizePicks. Yeah, it used to be 5. It's been 3 for a long time. It feels like McConnell out 2. Love the midstream recap. Already brought that up here before. Yeah, but I prefer Maxime Reynaud PRA between the two of them. I don't think it could be all that advantageous. Robert Williams, 14 and yeah, wasn't it just 14.5? Was it? Maybe I'm misremembering. Hang on. Is he at 14? Yeah, I would love the under if it's at 14. Robert Williams. Yeah, he's at 13.5. I'm seeing 13.5 points plus rebounds. Is it 14.5 PRA? Yeah, 14 PRA. Robert Williams. Why do you do what you do to me? It sounded like I was sexually attracted to him. It's not the case. Just won't let that be known. There we go. All right. Robert Williams, how we doing in our lives? 0 for assists. 0? Flat out 0? It would appear that we like that a little bit more, although 0, that is a low number. It's just never get an assist. 13.5 points plus rebounds just in the event, because that 1 would be extremely tilting. I'd rather do something else. What do we got? Refresh this. Give me more. Tell me more. Like, does he have a car? Yeah, this Ty Jerome 5 is going to get hit. 6 assists for a guy who's going to play 20 minutes. I'll risk it for the biscuit at this point. Just don't want anything to move on me anymore. All right. We got that in. Let's take a look at pick 6 too. So we got a PrizePicks card in with the taco. I'm looking at him relative to Underdog, just because if anything could get played on Underdog, it is the priority. Just because of what we are doing here, I'm going to go back to 50-50 with our model. Ty Jerome just looking epic for under 5 assists on PrizePicks. So let that be known. 10.5 points is a big number on Jalen Smith. First game back. I guess he played one game already, right? Pretty positive I saw him in that rotation. Unless I'm misremembering that too. Yeah, one game back. Whew! I'm not a dum-dum. Or maybe I am, but not in this instance. All right. Ty Jerome, AJ Green. AJ Green at 8.5, 7.5 over on Underdog. Fascinating. Bobby Porter's questionable. We'll definitely move that. You know what? You could kind of go both sides of that. You're not drawing to an 8 spot for a middle there, though. That's just insanity. Jalen Johnson, talked about him before, looking better over on Underdog. Jalen Smith, the 10.5 is a big deal. It's a big deal over there. Jalen Wells, we broke that one down already quite a bit. And Vic Krejci, hilarious. You just say Beetlejuice, and he pops up out of the middle of nowhere. Didn't even bring him up like in the context of playing for Portland, brought him up in the context of Atlanta, which is just kind of insane. But just kind of like making our way through everything. I brought this up before. Maxime Reynaud still looks really good for that 1.5 assists. I do like that. Your boy does like that one. Tatum, a lot of people want Tatum rebounds. A lot of people who want him. He's going to play 28 minutes flat. Just throwing it out there. Like, we could look at his per 36 from last season. That actually is probably the best path for Boston. And we'll take some guys off the floor that don't exist anymore. So Vooch is out. Simons is gone. And we've got, what's his face out? Pritchard. Oh, hold up. You're going to go over all the slips at the end. I'm going to post this while this is coming up with the rates. I'm going to get this. I'm just going to post taco number 1. Mambo number 5. A little bit of PrizePicks in my life. And let me get the link. Share with the mother trucker. Here we go. Once again, if you guys head over to Tails, you go to oddtrapper.com, and then you could go oddtrapper.com/expert/Lindy. That is me. You got your posts, you got your goodness here. Ty Jerome, Cooper Flag, Maxime Reynaud. We like that one. And then I had number 2. I want to have Kevin Durant on tap because somebody said that he was there somewhere. And where's Kevin Durant at? I don't see him anywhere. Oh, there he is. Awesome. So we got another one. Ace of Base. That's a banger. All that she wants is another baby. He's gone tomorrow, but all that she wants is our PRA unders. Oh, baby, do 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 do. Didn't come up with anything yet. Oh, yeah, because I want to go to 24, 25, because I just want a larger sample for Jason Tatum. Sonny came home to her favorite room. They really don't want me to look at this. Just fetch stats for Jason Tatum, for the love of God. She says days go by, I don't know why. Hey, it's my wife. Hang on. Husband of the year. Yes, that was Sean Colvin. Shout out Dawson's Creek. Shout out Real Ones, who all know. But yeah, Ty Jerome, Cooper Flag, Maxime Reynaud. We got a goodness fired up. We got the link up there for you. You can tail it with one click. You can generally tail it with one click down over on Tails as well, just wherever it says Tails. So that's always good. And hit that fire emoji while you're at it, because then it makes me feel good about myself, because I need constant reaffirmation. Constant affirmation. Not because you didn't affirm me the first time. So just affirmation. Yeah. Margarita. Yeah. Remember when we got hooked on the college basketball card on Saturday for 600? That was fun. It was a lot of fun. We're having fun. Let's refresh this, see if we got an update. Ooh, 2 o'clock. We did. We got a nice update in. So some things shifting around here. Still at 10.5 rebounds. Jalen Johnson, don't do it to us, sir. Don't do it. I'm just going to put 5 on it as we're talking through it. Just because I always get worried that I'm not going to get the money down by the time you guys move these lines. McCollum at 2.4. We're not going to do that with Kuminga's existence. I'm going to wait on the Kuminga thing. J Huff, I do like this. I mean, J Huff has been so kind, so loving when it comes to just not getting PRA. 1.5 assists are way up there for a guy who just doesn't do shit in that regard. That's insane. All right, so they're in the same game environment. So we're going to do this. Let's actually on the thing A. Another 5 on it. Jalen Johnson, J Huff. This is why you want to be on here, because we were able to build a lot of positive EV cards together in a short amount of time. You know, again, $50 of cards pretty quickly, and all positive EV, all finding things directly off the stochastic tool, and things that just double checking with the rates. And soon, very soon, you're going to be doing it directly on the tool itself, which I can't wait for personally. That's going to be a huge helper, something that I think we've all been clamoring for since it got introduced, where it's like, you know, I don't want to go between the 2 tabs. What if I can do it directly on screen and see how it changes a player's outlook based on injury news? That's coming your way. Jason Tatum, that's a lot of people who want Jason Tatum assists in 28 minutes. Just a lot of people. It's per 36. Tatum, 8.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists in 38 minutes per game, basically 36 minutes per game. Trim it down to 28, carry the 1, playing San Antonio. Just saying, gonna look like an all right under for both of those, but yeah, Margarita. Any free square on pick? Is there a free? I think I saw a gimme pick for Ant. Wasn't there a gimme pick for Ant? Yeah, there was a gimme pick for Ant. I'm pretty positive. Yes, there is an Ant gimme pick. So let's do that. So first thing that's popping up, Jalen Smith. We're going to stay away from that at 9.5. This is at 10.5 on the Underdog side of things. This is 10.5 on each of them, but it's just more advantageous to play it over on Underdog. So let's start with the Vit Krejci one, where he's minus 175 with his multiplier there. Minus 122 over here. So Vit Krejci to not make threes. What a time to be alive, my friends. You know what? I have an idea. I have a very good idea. So we're looking at the Underdog board right now, but there's a piece of injury news I think we can do a couple of reactions to. Devin Booker would benefit from it. I mean, this is such a big Q tag when you think about it. 29 minutes of Grayson Allen, potentially 30 minutes, 32 minutes of Grayson Allen. What are the best plays for Gillespie, Booker, Green on the market? Because if we already have one positive EV play, I saw the Devin Booker one, which is kind of what inspired me here. But if we go Devin Booker and we stack everything up to be the most advantageous piece from Phoenix, oh, these are not correct. Gillespie, 23.5 PRA. Obviously, we're just going to his points. I think his points would be the thing we would want the most. Royce O'Neal, no. Jalen Green, no. I mean, it's kind of Booker and Gillespie. Rebounds for Booker, 3.5. And Gillespie, as long as we're not getting dinged for correlation on that, sort of like, oh, we are getting dinged. Oh, it's barely anything. It's like 12 cents. So 10 to win, 59. $10 max with gimme pick. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, I would like that. Posting that over on Tails this second. Pick 6 from... Here we are. See how efficient we can be as a family? See how we can do this all as a family? All in together now. Birds of a feather now. There she is. So 5.9x, it's literally 12 cents. It's $59.88. I'm going to be okay that it's not the plus 600. I will forgive them one time and one time only. Because if you round up, it becomes 6x. So there's that. Another great reason that you'd want to check that out here. So we've got the PrizePicks goodness for you for Taco 1. We got DK pick 6 also listed here. Booker, Gillespie, Grayson Allen. Go ahead and take a load off, Annie. Take the load for free. Take a load off, Annie, and you take the load right off on me. Although, now that I say those lyrics out loud, it's a lot creepier than when I heard them over like Lake Radio. It's Midwest vibes for you. That's Lake tunes. Those are some Lake tunes. We're almost there, friends. We're almost to some Lake tunes. Is there anything to do with this madness other than Ryan Rollins? Jericho Sims, Torian Prince, like, I don't know what to make of this. All I know is Miles Turner sucks. Cam Thomas sucks. Remember when they were comparing Cam Thomas to Lou Williams? Or wait, it was just Doc Rivers who was doing that? What a dum-dum. So the main reason, I had talked about this before, I've got some slides that I'm putting together right now, just to kind of explain the math of it, but minus 115 for Underdog. If the play is available on Underdog, we just play it there because it's going to be better long-term. And we'll save any play that's more advantageous for another site for that site, because I'd rather play it there, knowing that we're getting some kind of an edge, rather than knowing on Underdog I'm getting the minus 115 baseline. So over a long term, it is what it is. Lindy has it in his contract, every stream must have a phone interruption. If you knew my life right now, you have a wife who's over 8 months pregnant, and you have, your parents that need your help. you'd be a good son too. I don't let it get in the way of my job. I get my work done. Just once in a while, I get an annoying phone call. Can't do anything about that. Guys, give me a follow over on X. That's where we're also firing this up live. Been doing Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks, posting it there before over on YouTube. If you guys want to get a little bit of a head start, so you can check that out. There I am. Hi, I'll give my own heart on that because I've never done that before. We don't know. Probably shouldn't do that, in fact. But lots of NBA games going on today. I'm going to be in the premium Discord all the live long day. Also, this stream has been awesome. Last 2 weeks we've done this. Last 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We've already got over 120 people tuning in. Hit that like button for me. And let's see if we can't put one more shebang together with that Maxime Reynaud. Now, I don't know if I want to use the 50% boost yet, just because I've been finding a lot of overnight advantageous numbers. Hey, 16.5 sitting there. Make sure you play 15.5 on PrizePicks. Those are the kind of instances where I would rather play it there rather than someone else. But 1.5 assists there. Is 12.5 assists down here at, or 12.5 rebounds plus assists. That's a wild number. It's a wild, wild number. Fit Krejci, we had talked about that under there on pick 6, but we ended up going to correlation station on the news, mainly because that Devin Booker one looks positive EV. Even if Grayson Allen ends up in, that's going to remain positive EV. So the Colin Gillespie one is coming along for the ride, hoping we just get the benefit of both of them being out. And obviously, Underdog, we've been building the most on these cards. Cam Jones is at 8.5 rebounds plus assists. What? What came through in terms of news on Indy? Like, we knew Nembhard wasn't going to play. What am I missing? What is this Cam Jones number? Did he just get added at a bad number at open? Because I haven't seen any props for him all day. This is why you want to be on here with me. Maybe the baby will like computers. We don't know yet. How do multipliers work on pick 6? So it's still most advantageous to play 3-pick cards. You get the 6x goodness. Let's get it. Let's get it indeed. Yeah, I was going to say, take a load off Annie. Take the load for free. Like, what are we saying? How do we get away with this? How did we get away with this back in 1970, whatever it was? Pretty sure it was from 70s radio, but I could be wrong. Yeah, this Cam Jones thing is wild. Did this just pop up and we have to just like slam our body down and wind it all around quick? Obi Toppin, low numbers. Don't be fooled. Not playing very much. 10 minutes a game, 10 minutes a game. So he can travel with the team, collect a paycheck, and move on with his life. Yeah, these Cam Jones numbers opened. 18.5 PRA? What? Oh, wait, they're in the same game, so it's giving me a what else did we have for pick 6? We got to hurry. There's no way this is going to hold very long. These Cam Jones plays all dropped, and they're all ridiculous. Ty Jerome, don't want that one. Jalen Johnson. All right, Jalen Johnson, if you go for like 15 rebounds today, if you go for 12 rebounds, I'll be pissed off. 11 rebounds, I'll be pissed off. We just need to rotate this around some plays quick because Cam Jones is massively overvalued. Massively overvalued. Like, there's no planet where he's playing 25 minutes. And at 20, I mean, Ethan Thompson plays. He would kick into that. Ben Shepherd can eat minutes. Kobe Brown minutes. I know Neesmith's limited. Jarris Walker doing his thing. But, like, 18.5 PRA. What are we doing with our lives? We got to fly because these other ones got nuked, and I knew that they would. So I just went to the 18.5. That's somebody who's done this before. I'm just going to throw that out. Oh, we talked about rebounds and assists. 11.5 rebounds. This got nuked. So we're going to take lower on Jason Tatum rebounds. Just rotating this around with a bunch of positive EV plays that we've talked about already. We're prepared. Be prepared. Can't take Jay Huff. He's on his own team. Trey Jones. Trey Jones. Who's the Q tag? Colin Sexton, obviously. Sexton turned his ankle after scoring like 30 against them the other day. The Maxime Reynaud one, they're in the same game, so there's a little bit of a downgrade. I don't hate it if you absolutely had to go that direction. We'll take Cooper Flagg. Under the whole oh, it got nuked already. All right. We are just moving down the line. Nolan Traore on the back-to-back. Sis. And we'll get one more in there for good measure. It would really suck to go over 4 on these add-ons, but you know what? This is the price you pay to live the life that we do. I'm just going to go 100% into the market quick. Our odd shopper goodness. What do we got? Do we have anything positive EV there? We do. Obi Toppin, points, but projections high on there. Cade, that looks pretty efficient. Barlow. Olivier Maxence Prosper on the back-to-back. Maybe it gets a little bit limited. There's Tatum again. Assists. Daniels. Doncic. But obviously, if you get LeBron in, that's toasty toast. Devin Vassell. Drew Holiday. Celebrate. There's a couple that are beating the market here. You know what? I'm going to throw a Barlow in there just for good measure. Because this is obviously smashing the market right now. And we're going to add that in. All right. So we put a little bit of a box in on the Cam Jones unders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mambo number 5 just wants to keep showing up. But we've got the Johnson under with that. We got the Tatum under 6.5 rebounds. We got the Jones, Traore under 4.5 assists. And we got Dominic Barlow under 9.5 points. So 4 of those that we added on top of the 10 there, on top of the 20 from the NHL boost that we got from my guy, J Metal K. We also have the Wolf, the hungry like the wolf. I'm pretty sure he's undervalued in the marketplace. At least I'm hoping so. I bet him multiple times over. We got ourselves Johnson Tatum on that one, combo of it. And Reynaud over 1.5 assists. Probably my favorite play that exists on the board when you combine both the market and projection. But friends, that is going to do it for us today. If you missed anything at all, I'm going to post that box and a bunch of other stuff over here on Lindy, on Tails. I've got a half hour, so I need to, sip my coffee. Then I'm going to be on NBA Live Before Lock on the Stokastic YouTube channel. That is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Talking for an hour with my good friend Chris Spags from a DFS perspective. We got some money to make, baby. It's going to be beautiful. Promo code second half. You can take advantage of that as we get ourselves the heck up out of here. But that is going to do it for me. Another stream in the books. You were loved. Hang on. There we go. There I am. Go follow me on Lindy at Tails. That would be very, very lovely. And also, if you're listening to this after the fact, hit that like button for me. Goes a very long way to be able to keep doing this. But yeah, he's on UD. We just covered ourselves a little bit of good UD. Hopefully, you have some underdog there because Cam Jones, that isn't a rational number. I'm actually going to take a look at that here yet again. But you're loved. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the pick'em streets and the betting streets and all of the streets. I'm excited for the streets today. I'm a man of the streets. Shouldn't say that out loud. Bye.